Hello, everybody. I see you. Ooh, okay. How is everybody doing today? Twice in 1 week, right? Right? Can y'all handle that? Are y'all okay with that? Right? Alright, so today we're gonna do a easy peasy Japanese rectangle board. Okay? We're going to be using some eyeballs. They're from me. I made these. Okay. Rectangle board. We're going to be using 3 different kinds of flex tube. Alright. We're going to be using some striped mesh. And then a selection of Halloween ribbons. Alright. Alright. Well, I'm glad y'all feel that way. Thank y'all so much. Alright, so. Shall we get started? I think we shall. So first up, let's get these ready to go on the wreath. That way the glue is cooling, shall we? Yep. Well, there's Chris and Miss Lynn and Tina and Karen. Sprinkle, y'all. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Alright. So if you ordered my eyeballs, I think some of y'all did, you get pipe cleaners, and then you get your felt to stick them on with. Make that easy. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Sprinkle. Like I said, we're going to get these ready and then we're going to set them to the side. That way later on we're not having to wait for glue to cool down. Hello, my friends. So, when I do Halloween, I'm not the biggest fan of gory Halloween. Anybody else? I kind of like the fun, lighthearted side of Halloween. You know, kids laughing and carrying on. That's what I, When I think of Halloween, I like to think of it just being a day for an extra day for kids to dress up, dream, and be whatever they want to be. Policemen, firemen, princesses, whatever. So I like it to be the lighthearted side. I think Halloween can be good for kids. Helps them dream and be their heroes for a day. Y'all know what I mean? So I'm a cutesy Halloween person. I don't like gore, blood, and guts kind of thing. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I have all the prep work done today. And I think we're missing somebody. She might have forgot that I was going live today or whatnot. Okay, so let me tell you how we're going to put the ties in. I already popped them in. So let me show you this. This is how they go in. Alright, but when you tie them, you want to tie them out over the outside hole. Okay, so you want to pull your pipe cleaner or whatever out over the outside hole so that your mesh is as far apart as possible. Yeah, me being live today probably just threw a little bit of the schedule off. But we want to make sure that Miss Laurie is having a good time. And so that she's having a good time, got to make sure that y'all are having a good time too, and you are being entertained as well, right? Okay, so now that we have ours tied, we have our mesh. Now I cut my mesh 25 inches. Okay? Now for this Halloween wreath, we don't want any fray to show up. So we're going to roll this in just one time at the end. And then ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Roll it down at the bottom. Like so. Hello, Miss Rhonda. Hello, Dean. So we finally got everything squared away with Tiffany going to college. That was verified this morning, thank goodness. So now all we have to do is get her moved in next week. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate that. Chris, did you order eyeballs or just the bat? I can't remember. Ugh. Okay, then I'm not going to aggravate you about seeing. I sold a lot of the eyeballs. I can't remember who got what anymore. It is jute mesh, y'all. I love jute mesh. Jute mesh is like one of my favorites. Probably like my absolute favorite. It does well in wreaths, flowers. It's just like, to me, jute is the best all-around mesh. So, isn't that a really pretty base, y'all? Because you know it's all about the base. That's pretty. Okay. For the ribbon, I cut the ribbon 14 inches. The fabric mesh just depends what you're doing. It is a little bit softer than jute. It does fold well for flowers and things like that. So it just kind of really depends. For me, each mesh, everything kind of has its purpose. So .com. Don't forget, y'all, hundreds of new items released at uniqueinthecreek.com. So we only needed 8 pieces of mesh, and we're using 8 of each ribbon, 8 ties. 888 is the golden number here. So it doesn't take much mesh or ribbon to do these, to make a nice big, well, a nice size wreath here. Also, if you deal with shipping, this really makes a really good budget-friendly shipping wreath. Hello, Miss Barbara. How are you feeling? Now, you could cut your ribbons just 12 inches, but the reason I'm cutting mine 14 is because we're going to add flex tube in to bring some funds to it. It is storming here, y'all. It stormed this morning. It stormed all night. And my one dog, Buster, does not handle storms well at all. We were up all night trying to comfort him because the thunder was so bad. It was like shaking the house last night. And even though we have medicine for him, the thunder was just so bad he just wouldn't calm down. Poor little guy. Alright, so we are going to use flex tube. I cut the flex tube 24 inches. Yes, Miss Barbara. Was sorry to hear that. Alright, and what we're going to do with the flex tube, something a little bit different. We're going to go end to end with the open end here. And end to end with the open end. One open end, and then the black we're going to loop. Okay, and that's just to give it a little bit more dimension and more of a fun, whimsical look since we're using 3. So loop, we're going to loop one up like a bow. Okay. And like I said, that's just to give it a little bit more dimension. It adds a little bit more fun, I think. When I think of making fun wreaths, whimsical wreaths, I definitely think of adding flex tube. And per my request, Laurie's got a bunch of jute flex tube in stock, but per my request, she's got more that she's going to be carrying for y'all. So, yippee! See how fun that's looked, y'all? I like the big loops with the flex tube. I put something in a wreath. I want to make sure you can see it. Let me guess, Miss Tina, you were eating. Gonna use the Chris Merritt. Sorry, I was eating. Welcome to all of the newcomers. Appreciate it. In case y'all don't know, my name is Jackie. I own my own business as well. It's Jackie's Wreaths and things, but I am with Unique in the Creek as well. I have been making wreaths for a very long time, so I have a ton of tips and tricks. Are you feeling okay, Miss Tina? I'm gonna say it's worse. Are you feeling okay? Because if you're feeling okay, then but if you needed a nap, you need a nap, right? Look how fun that looks, y'all. I'm into having fun. Well, that works, Tina. That works. So I wouldn't say it's worse. You just work night shift. So we forgive you. Okay. It's all good. No problem. I can hold down the fort. It's just a little spoiled, but when you're around. But that's okay. Chris and other ladies, they helped in your absence. So we were all good. Okay. All right. So now we want to arrange our eyeballs, and I want to be able to put a bow on here. So Kinda what I'm thinking. I might put the bow on first, though. I might need to put, let's put the bow on first, then we'll put the eyeballs. Then we'll see how big the bow is. Okay? Okay. Let's get our easy bow maker. I made the eyeballs. She loves it. She's just anxious right now. All the move-in stuff going on. Tina, they put it on the schedule. Yeah, I know. This is just an odd day for me to be live. That's what I said. That's why I kind of figured you weren't here, Tina. An odd day for me to be live. Okay, so because I used this ribbon in the wreath, I'm just going to use one loop of it. I think we need some ghosts. Don't y'all think we need some ghosts? And we're going to do 2 loops of the ghosts. You know what? Y'all are going to have to remind me. I've been meaning to show you a different way to make a bow on the Easy Bow Maker. And I keep forgetting. Somebody's going to have to remind me. Next time you see the Easy Bow Maker, remind me. Okay? Chris, Lynn, that's your job. Next time you see me making a bow, remind me to show y'all the different way to do it on the Easy Bow Maker. Okay? I could, but I have to start all over, so it's just easier to show y'all next time I'm live. As opposed to stopping and starting over. Whatever, Chris. That's your assignment. Like, it's not like I dole out homework that often. All right, so we're gonna double these loops up. It's not that I'm trying to make a big bow. I don't want it to be too big, but I just kind of want a little bit more color in. Once we get to fluffing the bow, we can kind of control how big the bow is. Y'all, ribbon like this is like beautiful, but be careful. It tears apart. Some of this very glittered stripe ribbon. It's beautiful, no doubt, but if you're not careful with it, it does kind of pull apart. Alright, don't forget, crisscross your pipe cleaners when you're taking your ribbon out, and then you want to tighten them down a little bit. Okay, just makes it easier so your ribbons will stay in a stack, and then go underneath to pull your ribbons out. And then at this point, if you want to just put a zip tie around it, you can put a zip tie around your bow. But what I do is I just grab mine and push it together, because you want this tight as possible in the center so that your bow will fluff out better. I love the UITC Creek board, y'all. It just makes it easier to put everything right where it belongs. Make sure your bow's centered, then doesn't slide all over the place. No, it's a yarn needle. Got a really big eye on it. You can get it at Walmart. I cut my tails shorter in the center so I could make it part of my bow. Because I have enough tails down here. Okay, didn't need really any more. So I'm using my tails up here as part of the bow. See, pretty bow, y'all, pretty bow. Seven inches. They started out at 7 inches and went down. The nice thing about the Easy Bow Maker is how you decide how big you want your loops is you just take your bow maker, and then you have your measurements. And then you just hold it onto your wreath, your project, and that will help you decide how big of a bow that you want. Okay, but don't forget you're kind of leaves like a ½ inch once you round your loops up. But all right, let's get our eyeballs on here now. All right, we'll start with one set over here. And then I don't want them to be straight up and down. I kind of want them to be a little bit haphazard. Hello, come here. I also don't, they're lightweight, y'all, the eyeballs are, so I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to pull them down heavy, so because I don't want them smashing my ribbon and everything. I'm just gonna kind of make sure I pull up on that a little bit from where I pulled my pipe cleaner down. All right, and then I think we did the purple next. We'll do these over here. Yeah, I sold out of eyeballs for this year, y'all. I made a bunch of them, and I made them twice and sold out both times. I had to save myself a pair. A set, because I sold them in the set of 3. I've saved myself a set, because sometimes, whoopsie. Sometimes I don't save myself when I make my wreath attachments, but yeah, I did this time. Y'all almost let me put my eyeballs in upside down. Why would you do that to me? If I put my stuff, my wreath attachments and stuff in upside down, that means y'all aren't paying attention to me. Alright, like I said, I want these kind of like to be haphazard, not straight up and down. I'm trying to make sure of that. Oh, you were gonna wait till I got it fully attached, Chris? What kind of friend you are? Think you should catch me before I get it attached? I was gonna say something, but after you got it attached. Dan, for me, because it would drive me crazy. That's why I couldn't have them upside down. It would probably drive me crazy, literally. Like, If I put one in upside down, I would have to do it like 100% intentionally, and my mind would have to have a purpose for it to be upside down. That's just like, that's how my mind works. I didn't know Chris could be so catty like that. I don't know whether to be impressed or disappointed. Or is that like, that's like a warning, like, I'm just gonna let you know, Jackie, I can be catty. I'm gonna sit here and let you screw up. Not tell you that's catty. Chris Catty? Pretty shady. I was gonna say, that's pretty shady right there. I almost feel like I want to move these over just a little bit. Yep. What do y'all think? I think move these over just a little bit. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep, definitely moving them over. I am done with Halloween wreath attachments. I made some really cute candy corn too. I made bats. Made something else. I can't remember. Why can't I remember? Chris? I don't know if I want to talk to you anymore. You would let me just totally screw up and not tell me till after the fact. It kind of hurts my feelings. I was gonna tell you, Jackie, but I know what it is. Chris knows I'm OCD. She just wanted to see if it would drive me crazy. What it is. Just testing the level of my craziness. Is that what you want to do? Is that what you're trying to do? See, there's that cattiness. There it is, right there, y'all. Oh, buck up, sissy. There's the cattiness, y'all. It came out to play. There it was, y'all. Catty just came out to play. There, that's better. That's better. Easy peasy Japanese, y'all. Some flex tube, some mesh flex tube and ribbon, and voila. Super cute. Isn't that cute, y'all? That is cute. I see you. I see you, Chris. I see you. I think, y'all, I am going to add just a little bit of this ribbon. Just a little bit. Not much. By the way, I'm going to show y'all how I do my hand bows. I don't have to measure because I've made so many of them, and I know that's bad. But, so what I do with my tail is I'm going to start making my tail about 7 inches, which is about the length of my ribbon tail, okay? So we're going to go 7 inches, and then the loop is about 6 inches. So if you want to measure, there it is. The loop is about 6 inches. Okay? Pinch, pinch, pinch. And then your ribbon on the underside, you want to twist it. Loop it back. Make sure your loops are the same length. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Twist, and then you don't need a zip tie to secure it because you've already got ties in here. So we're just going to reach in the wreath. I can make bows by hand, but my hands won't let me do very many ribbons It won't let me do it very many ribbons at a time because my hand strength will just, it gives out. My hand starts hurting really, really bad. And I think we'll just put another one right in here. So if you need to do it with a bow maker, that's fine, I'll show you. So our ribbon tail is going to be about 7 inches. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Twist. Our loop length is going to be about 6 inches. Okay. Especially if you don't have good hand strength or have arthritis. So 6 inches. And then since we're using the bow maker to hold it, cut that. Now I forgot where I was going to put the bow. Okay, over here. And then we'll just bring the bow over here. And tie it in with well, here's my theory on it, okay? Because it kind of bothers me that some people brag, well, I can make a bow by hand. Okay, I just don't think that has a bragging right to it, and I will explain why. Because it's just like, I don't know, it makes them seem like they're more talented, makes them feel like they're more talented than somebody else, okay? I don't care what you do, okay? I don't care what you do. Every job or whatever has some kind of tools. And to me, the most important thing is using any and all tools available to make your job easier. Okay? You can make a bow with your hands. Great. That doesn't mean you're any better than anybody else. Okay? That doesn't mean you have more skills than anybody else. All right? Fact of the matter is, bow makers prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay? Flat out. It doesn't mean that somebody is incapable of making a bow. I just kind of like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I see people, well, I can make a bow by hand, and I'm like, and I can too. Okay? And it kind of just like grates me because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I can make a bow by hand and I can use all the bow makers. Does that mean I'm more talented than you? No, it doesn't. So, just drives me crazy the way some people go on. Well, the fact of the matter is it's kind of like this. I can make a bow by hand, but I have arthritis in my hands now. I have to use something to continue on. Exactly. What is the point? You know, what's the difference? You know? It just kind of bothers me. Well, I make my bows by hand. So? That doesn't make you a better wreath maker than me. That does not make you a better designer than me. Okay. Because personally, I know some people that can make bows by hand, and I don't think they can make a wreath worth a flip. Isn't that super cute, y'all? Do you know what I always forget? I always forget to put my zip tie on. I'll remember on the rest of my on the rest of my boards, but this one. Y'all ain't never heard me rant. Don't act like you've heard me rant before, because y'all haven't. I had, like, now, but it kind of, you know, kind of like, I was triggered. That was like one of my pet peeves. I was triggered. Yes, ma'am, you do. I knew some of y'all had got them, so that's why I was like, oh, I need to do something. And in case y'all didn't know, and you're not following me on at jackieswreaths.com, gotta show y'all something. I did record a no-sew tutorial. I'm cleaning up my pipe cleaners real quick, y'all. I did record a tutorial, y'all, for those of you that are interested. Available on my website. For those that want to make their own, a no-sew gingy. Okay? By the way, y'all want to see something really quick? I want to show y'all something. So if you're trying, and I don't know if I would bet Laurie has shown y'all this. But let me show y'all. Just in case she hasn't. Because normally the back of the board, because she uses zip ties, and I don't. Right? So I hate to flatten my bow, but I'm going to show y'all this. So because I have so many pipe cleaners, if you want to clean up the back of your board, y'all, I always have felt laying around because I do a lot of stuff with felt. So if you want to clean the back up and make it really like uber clean for your customers or yourself, you can. Take a piece of felt. Take your hot glue gun, but you know, obviously make sure everything's where you want it before you do this. And this is just if, kind of like, in this kind of situation, I do have a lot of pipe cleaners and stuff hanging out. So if you're like uber picky and you want that really, really clean look to the back of your wreath, there you go. That easy. But just make sure you put your hanger in first, y'all, and then clean up the back. And make it all prettied if you want to. Alright. All right, everybody. I will see y'all. No, I won't. I am off next week, okay? Next week, I might do one day, okay? I gotta check the schedule, but I might be on one day. I'm not sure. I just know you won't see me Wednesday next week because that's move-in day. College move-in day for my daughter. So you won't see me Wednesday next week. All right. So y'all have a great rest of the week. Y'all have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you next. I don't know. Don't know, y'all. Not sure. But if you do, it'll be because I have a minute. All right. Yep, she's finally going off to college. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the week. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.